Welcome back, Story Hour travelers. We're so glad you're back this week for the next stop on our virtual trip around the world. Join us today for a game where we'll try to spot a groundhog's shadow, and we'll learn how to make a groundhog craft. Then we're going to hear a great story titled Groundhog's Day Off, written by Rob Pearlman and illustrated by Brett Helquist, because we are celebrating Groundhog's Day in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's the home of Punxsutawney Phil, a groundhog who can predict the weather. He comes out of his den on Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, every year, and looks for his shadow. They say that if Phil sees his shadow, it means we will have 6 more weeks of winter. If the weather is cloudy and Phil can't see his shadow, we will get an early spring. The first Groundhog's Day was celebrated in 1887. German settlers who came to Pennsylvania brought this tradition from their homeland. Why groundhogs? Well, if you've ever been to Pennsylvania, you know there are lots of groundhogs who make the state their home. These critters weigh about 12 to 15 pounds and live about 7 years. They eat vegetables and fruits, and believe it or not, they can whistle. They will whistle when they are scared or when they're looking for a friend.
Spring's just around the corner, but it gets me wondering, what do animals do all winter?
Well, today we're going to find out. Let's see some animal shadow puppets and find out what they did all winter. Then you can try to guess which animal is it.
Each autumn, we big guys eat a lot, like 20,000 calories a day, sort of like humans at Thanksgiving. But this snack attack lasts several weeks. I sleep lots all winter, and I'm not a true hibernator. I move around during the sleep and sometimes leave my den altogether. Who am I? That's right, I'm a grizzly bear.
I don't hibernate at all. Instead, you find me freckling about all winter long. But like humans, I do spend more time inside of my home when the weather is very cold. I share my nest with my family, cuddled up together. We stay warm and cozy. Who am I? That's right, I'm a squirrel.
When the ice and snow arrive, I can't get to the grasses and other plants I usually eat. So in the winter, I try different foods like tree bark and pine needles, snails, twigs, and bugs. Sometimes I even eat my own poop. I don't sleep all winter, but when I do sleep, I like a comfy den, like a hole I've dug, or any closed-in space like a hollow log. Who am I? You guessed it, I'm a bunny rabbit.
My winter schedule is filled with travel plans. Instead of shivering through a northeastern winter, I migrate in the fall, all the way to sunny Mexico. So my family members make this trip all perched. The tree limbs we land on look orange instead of brown. We stay all winter. Then around March, my great-grandchildren will finish the trip back up north. Who am I? That's right, I'm a gorgeous monarch butterfly.
I'm a true hibernator. I spend all winter in very deep sleep, which lasts from October until early spring. Folks celebrate when I wake up. They say I poke my head out of my burrow on February 2nd and see my shadow. It will mean 6 more weeks of winter weather. Who am I? That's right, I'm a groundhog.
Groundhog's Day Off by Rob Pearlman, illustrated by Brett Helquist. Every year, on one special day in February, Groundhog wakes up extra early. Crowds of people gather outside, locals, tourists, even the mayor. News reporters with large microphones and big shiny teeth are waiting. Every year they ask Groundhog the same things. Are there going to be 6 more weeks of winter? Is spring around the corner? Bring on spring, we want sun. But the one thing they never ask Groundhog about is him. No, how are you feeling? No, have you seen any good movies lately? No, do you like mushrooms on your pizza? Not even, who does your fur? Groundhog has more to offer than the forecast, but that's what happens year after year. Well, not this year. Dear people, I am a groundhog with feelings and things to say, but all you care about is the weather. So this year I'm going on vacation. You'll have to find someone new. Sincerely, Groundhog. P.S. I'm taking my shadow with me. Groundhog packed his robe, slippers, magazines, and shadow and headed for the spa. The townspeople didn't know what to do. The mayor thought long and hard and finally announced, "We'll hold auditions for a new groundhog." Lots of animals wanted to try out for the role. Elephant was just too big. Ostrich got the whole thing backward. Monkey was asked to leave after an unfortunate banana cream pie incident. Bats, owls, moles, and possums' schedules didn't work out. Poor Puppy suffered from stage fright, and Sheldon, well, his shadow just wouldn't behave. "This is terrible," the mayor cried. "There's only one animal right for this job." Groundhog had been relaxing when he heard a news report. Nobody has Groundhog's flair for the dramatic. Nobody can wake up as early as he does. No one, the mayor said, pausing, is as special as Groundhog. Groundhog couldn't believe his ears. "They do think of me as more than just a weather vane." And with that, he threw on a towel and whistled for a taxi. "Take me home." Groundhog tunneled under the stage and popped out of the hole. Ta-da! The audience stood and cheered. The reporters asked Groundhog all the questions he had always hoped they would ask. Where did you go on vacation? Which team are you rooting for in the playoffs? Do you prefer chunky or smooth peanut butter? Is that your real fur? Will you do this for real tomorrow? Groundhog stopped signing autographs.
Tomorrow, he said. The reporters nodded. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day. You came back just in time. Well then, no time to talk. I have to go to bed early. The next morning, Groundhog woke up extra early. He poured himself a cup of warm mint tea and peeked out of his hole. And this time the reporters asked him much more than the weather. What would we do without you? Bagels or donuts? What would you do with $1 million? Seriously, is that your real fur? You like me. You really like me, Groundhog said with a huge smile. He finally felt like everyone cared about him. He was very happy. That is, until he climbed back down into his hole, turned on the television, and saw that Bunny had hopped away. Auditions would be held in the spring.
Be sure to head over to one of our Town of Porter libraries and get your story hour in a bag for this week and some great books as well.